Hi guys, it's Rebecca. So today I'm going to start a little weekend vlog. So today is Saturday. It is about 12 noon. Today I just woke up and I've been like watching like Vampire Diaries like all morning. So I started free watching the Vampire Diaries because I just really needed like a show that I had already seen before. Like I didn't want to start like a new show. Like I wanted to start a show that I knew 100% I was going to enjoy. So I decided to start watching, well, re-watching the Vampire Diaries, and it's just been like, I can't stop watching it. It's been so good. I've just been loving it. So I think I'm already on the second season. I only started it the other day, but that's all I've been doing this morning. I did do like some of my ironing while I watched it so that I could feel like a little bit more productive, but I was watching that. I had my breakfast, then had a shower and did my skincare and everything, tidied up my room a tiny bit, but that's basically all that I have done. So now I am just going to, I just thought I would start the vlog and continue to get ready. I'm just going to put on a little bit of makeup because I do want to film some TikToks today. I haven't had the chance to film in weeks now because I was doing an exam which thankfully I passed. It was the RO3 exam in financial planning, which was specifically on tax. So thankfully I passed that. It meant that I didn't really have a lot of time for booktube, book talk, all of that kind of thing, and even reading. So I was like, I don't have time to make TikToks or booktube videos, but I also don't have the time to read as much. If I had have had the time to actually be able to, I'll move this like around a little bit, but even if I had have had the time to actually film, I probably wouldn't have actually had anything really to say because I haven't actually been reading as much. But right now I'm reading Calla by Colin Walsh. Penguin US reached out to me like a couple of months ago asking me to read Calla because it's meant to be for fans of The Secret History, and I was ranting and raving about The Secret History on TikTok, so that's where they found my video. So of course I accepted the book, and it was a signed hardcover copy, which was so exciting. It was the first time that a publisher that big had ever reached out to me before, so I was like so excited about that because I have been so busy with exams. I've done 3 exams since just before Christmas, and it's been a lot of hard work while I'm also working like full time, and I also have been doing the exams outside of work. It has been like really hard and like really time consuming. I am finally finished for a while. The next one that I need to do is like a coursework one, so it means that hopefully I'll have more time to do booktube and reading and everything like that. That makes me happy. But the point was that because of all of that, I hadn't actually got around to reading Calla. I finally started it a few days ago, and then I got quite sick. Like I had like a really bad cold, so it's just like this big like chain of events. It was probably from all of the stress. Yeah, I just moved that up a little bit. Sorry if it's like crooked, but I haven't like filmed in this spot before, like while I'm doing my makeup, so I'm not entirely sure what this is going to look like. What was I saying? So then I got like quite sick, so it's like, I think it was just from like all of the stress of like how much stuff I had going on. I came down with like a really bad cold, and it just like knocked me out for days. So I'm still reading Calla. I'm about 170 pages in. It's basically the story, and it follows a group of friends in their adult life who were like best friends in kind of like high school, and it's set in Ireland. It's an Irish debut. All we know is that their friend Calla had gone missing whenever they were teenagers, like in the time where they were this like really like close-knit friend group. Calla had gone missing. It's kind of like a literary fiction thriller. We get the points of views of each of the characters in their adult life, and they do flash back and talk about the memories that they had, and we're kind of like piecing together more about like getting to know Calla a lot more, knowing like what kind of person they were, what they were all like whenever they were teenagers, and how this has affected them now that they're older, kind of what Calla going missing actually did to them and how that's affected their personalities. And we can see the difference between what they were like whenever they were teenagers versus what they're like now. So that's like quite interesting, and it does have like, it keeps interesting because it does flashback, and the flashbacks aren't boring. The flashbacks are probably more interesting than the present. From what I know, we will find out what actually happened to Calla. It's strangely written, but I think it really works and it's interesting and it is engaging, but it does have like a bit of a depressing vibe. So it hasn't been like the thing that I've 100% been looking forward to as such, although whenever I am reading it I am really enjoying it. But then because it is a hardback that I have and it's a signed hardback as well, I don't want to damage it bringing it to work on the train, like into the office and back. What I did was I started Where Angels Fear to Tread by Ian Forster, because it's just like a tiny little paperback. It's just about 120 pages, like a little novella. So I started that. I am only about like 40 pages in, but to be fair, that is like quite a chunk. Well, not quite a chunk, but it is like a good bit of the book. It's about 30% of the book. I don't often like really like look forward to reading classics. Like it's one of those things where I'm enjoying it where I'm reading it, but it's not like I'm going to sit down and like read this for fun. Even though it is fun, it's hard to like describe, but it's not the same as like reading like a fantasy romance or like a romance in general. Like it's just, reading a classic is just not the same. I have found myself really looking forward to reading that, probably more than Calla, which is really weird, but I have been enjoying both of them anyway, and I'll definitely be reading more of them this weekend, so I'll definitely be talking about more about those in this vlog. But I'm not sure how much reading I'm actually going to get done this weekend, so we will see. But I think today I don't really have much plans for today. I am going to film some TikToks and I need to film like a little unboxing because I received another book from Penguin and I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to do a little unboxing of that and just like talk about that a bit. And then I wanted to film a review as well of Iron Flame because I read that ages ago and I never actually talked about how I felt. So I wanted to do that, and then I think there was maybe another book that I wanted to talk about but I can't remember what. And then I kind of just want to like sit down and like think about any TikToks that I can make with like Taylor Swift's new songs, because that would be like really fun. And then I probably also need to film some YouTube shorts, like just with some like little like book recommendations, so I need to like plan that out as well. Later on I think I might be going out for some drinks. I am really looking forward to my first proper weekend because last weekend I really wasn't well. I'm looking forward to my first proper weekend of actually not having like any like stress over like an exam, because it's been like the first weekend in like literally ages, so I'm really looking forward to that. But anyway, I have been talking for ages, so this might be like a bit boring and rambly, so I won't like just keep talking for ages. But once I have filmed my TikToks and everything, I'll do a little update and see what I end up doing next. So essentially it is now Tuesday. I have changed this to a little weekly vlog because, well, I will explain why. So I had a bit of a disaster this weekend, to be completely honest. After I filmed the TikToks that I said I was going to do, I had some lunch, I was like feeling good, I was feeling energetic, I was feeling productive, and then I sat down after I had my lunch and I was sitting on the sofa with my boyfriend and he was watching TV and I was reading a bit of Calla, and then all of a sudden like I just felt like so tired, so I was like, I'm going to have a little nap, and I'll have a little nap before I go out for drinks because that'll make me feel like good and refreshed. It was perfect. So I fell asleep, which was all well and good, and then I had to like force myself to wake up because I really needed to pee. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to force myself to get up. Even though I'm still tired, I can still sleep, I have to get up. To be fair, I did like get up quite quickly, but I got up, I stumbled because like the room was like literally like spinning. So I was like, oh great, like I'm dizzy, like I must have got up too quickly, but it was like properly spinning to the point where I was like stumbling. So then I went up the stairs because I needed to pee, and I was like, oh my god, like I feel like so nauseous, like I'm going to throw up. This is more just like than just like a kind of slightly uncomfortable nausea. This was like I am going to hurl. And I was so dizzy. The room was spinning, and I was like, I had like vertigo or something. So I was like, what do I do? I couldn't like sit. It was spinning too much and it was making me feel so nauseous that I had to just go into the bathroom and be like, I'm too scared to be anywhere else in case I throw up. So then I was just like, I started like all my muscles started getting sore, my head started getting sore, and I had to just like lie down. And my sister gets used to get migraines, so she said like to put like a wet cloth on the back of my neck because that like does something to your brain. So I did that and that was like making me feel better, but I had to just like lie in a dark room for hours, and I didn't come downstairs until 9:30, and I went upstairs at like 3:30 I think. I was feeling like just so horrific, and I don't know if it was a migraine, I don't know what. And then the next day I was still really dizzy. I woke up like I was fine and then I was like getting dizzy and it was just like so annoying because I was like still stumbling sometimes. And then yesterday again I was still dizzy, and I also was a bit dizzy on the Friday, but then yesterday I was like, you know what, I'm still dizzy, I'm gonna have to phone the doctor. So it turned out I had like because I had like the cold the weekend prior, it like there's something that's got into like my inner ear, like the virus that I must have had got into like my inner ear. So they've given me like little like tablets for it, so that'll just like stop me from feeling nauseous and stop me feeling dizzy, and I've taken those since last night, so that's made me feel like a lot better, like because I was just like I can't function like yesterday trying to do my work. Like luckily I'm working from home completely right now, so that's like so lucky because it was so helpful. I wouldn't have been able to get into the office, I just wouldn't have. I would have thrown up on the train. So yeah, that's why I didn't end up doing my weekend vlog. I don't want to like lose the footage that I did, because I thought it was like, you know, good, like me talking and getting ready and everything, so I didn't want, and like giving a proper update, I didn't want to have to like refilm everything that's just kind of like going on. So anyway, that is what happened to me over the weekend, which was like so weird, and it was just horrible. I was like literally like, am I dying? Like at one point I was just like, I feel so sick, because I was like shaking and my heart was palpitating probably because I felt so nauseous. But I was just like, do I need to go to A&E? Like I've never felt like this dizzy before. It freaked me out, but luckily I'm fine. It was just like it's just like a little virus kind of thing. Well, I don't know if it was little because it's pretty horrible, but like it's okay, I'm alive. So as I said, I'll give it like a little update anyway. So I did film my TikToks, and I have been like getting back into doing my TikToks and posting them, but I realised I did lie about like how many pages I am into Cala. I'm now page 159 into this. I thought I was closer to page 200 before I was even reading any more on Friday. I read like 20 or 30 pages I think of this before I fell asleep. As I said, I'm still finding this quite hard to pick up. For some reason I just haven't found the time to read, so I don't really have an update. I'm still feeling the same as I was in the last clip about Cala, and I haven't read any more of Where Angels Fear to Tread. I just couldn't read over the last couple of days because reading the like eye movements was like really triggering, like any like sideways eye movements, so like reading back and forth was like just not the one. I just had to literally watch Vampire Diaries 24/7. Even that was making me feel sick. It was horrible. So anyway, on Saturday for my TikToks I did film a little unboxing, and I thought I would just do like a little haul more of it, because I put it into a YouTube short as well, which was annoying because I had to like cut loads of the video because YouTube shorts only lets you use like 60 seconds. So I did try to put it up on my YouTube, so it is already up by the time you see this. It's not like the full one, so if you want to see like the full unboxing, I do have that on my TikTok. But Penguin sent me a book, and I am so excited about this. It's Penguin Vintage Imprint. I requested this because whenever they sent the information through, I thought it was like really interesting. So they sent me Cecilia by K. Ming Chang. It's a little like novella. As you can see, it is very short. It's only about 100 and something pages long. It's a novella about obsessive love and friendship. And I say this in like the video in the unboxing, I have realised that I'm like really intrigued by like stories of like obsessive love. I just find it like fascinating. Have been watching the new Talented Mr. Ripley show, Ripley with Andrew Scott and Dakota Fanning. I really enjoyed the Talented Mr. Ripley with like Matt Damon and the film. I enjoyed that then, and then like there's just a few other things. Like I feel like Secret History has a few elements of it. There's like loads and loads of stories that have obsessive love in them, but I'm like realised that I'm like really intrigued by it. I do need to read the Talented Mr. Ripley. I have it, but I'm just talking about from what I've watched. So from things I watch and what I read, I have realised I'm really intrigued by obsessive love. I just find it interesting. It's like a thrilling kind of like concept. This is a little like literary fiction thriller novella. It is going to be published on 6th of June. So this is an uncorrected proof. So I am definitely going to be reading this before release, especially because it's so short. It's going to be like so easy to get through. So I'm going to be reading this, and I'll definitely be doing like a little review on my TikTok probably. I'll definitely include this in my wrap up or whatever I do. I was so excited to get this. I always just find it like amazing getting books sent through. Since I've restarted my channel, since I've started my TikTok, I've received this from TikTok and this from both, I guess. These are the first two that I have received since starting everything back up from like a couple of years ago. I'm like so excited to actually be like receiving books, and like receiving books that I'm like genuinely really excited about. So it's funny that I'm just going to be finishing Cala and then probably going straight into Cecilia, but I'm just so happy, and thank you so much to Penguin for sending me that book, and actually for reaching out about Cala, but I've already said that. But that's it for this little update. I'm gonna see what reading I can do today, but I will see really. I've just been like working, so I'm gonna have some dinner. It's about like 7, just after 7, so we'll see if there's any time this evening to read. I am really bad for just spending my evenings watching the TV. I'm like terrible for leaving all my reading to the weekend, and that's why I get a lot less read than I would like to get read. Once I start watching TV, I'm so bad at like stopping, and even though I love to read, like I love to watch the TV as well. Anyway, I'm gonna go and my dinner's gonna be nearly ready, so I'm gonna go and have that, and I will give you an update as soon as I have anything more to say. So it is now Friday. I haven't vlogged in like a couple of days because, like I said, I've been like really dizzy and everything, and I just like haven't really been able to read or anything, but I did get some reading done yesterday, I think, and I've got up to page like 220 of Calla. I know I keep saying this, but I am like still like feeling the same. Like I do find that it's kind of like depressing kind of vibes, which I'm just like not really in the mood for right now, but I am like enjoying it. It is definitely well written. If you can hear like loads of cars, basically I am in Cornwall right now, like camping. It's the first time that we're getting to use the van that we have, so we're camping like in the van in Cornwall, which is like really exciting, and I'm just like sitting out where we are in like the campsite, just like sitting, and probably will get to read like a little bit during this like little trip. But I know it's been like a very weird vlog because it's just been like random clips of like me talking, because I haven't actually been like reading much, or like it's just been like a general weird like reading update. But I just thought I would like say anyway that this is what I'm doing now. I'll definitely take some like clips of what's going on and give you some more updates whenever I have read a bit more of either of my books. My trip to Cornwall was so nice. I'd never been to Cornwall before, so it was really nice to see it. I got up to page like 260-ish of Calla. It's in the other room, I don't know exactly the page. So I didn't end up actually getting to read that much of it because we just did a lot of like going around to all different like places in Cornwall. We went to like 3 completely different places and it was so nice. So we went into Padstow one day and there was like a little bookshop there, so of course I just like had to buy myself a book, and I found Legends and Lattes. It was actually on like their like display of books that the staff recommend. I have heard like so much about this. It's a cozy fantasy and it follows an orc who has a coffee shop. That's like all I know about this, but it just sounds like really cute and really fun, and I have heard like kind of actually mixed things about this, but the majority of things is good because I know it is just like quite popular, so I know that a lot of people do like it, but I have heard some people say that it was boring and stuff, and I know that there is another one out now as well, but I just still haven't read this, and it's not too long as well, and I had been meaning to get it for ages. I just really wanted to have it. I actually love the cover. I just love the look of it, of the whole book, and it says in the front, high fantasy, low stakes and good company. So yeah, I think it's just like a cute like cozy fantasy. I'm just like really looking forward to reading this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it because I have like so much on my TBR that I need to get to. I just thought I would show that, and I'm really happy with it, and I wish I had have had like more money to buy more books, but to be honest, like my physical TBR is just like getting like ridiculous, so I'm trying not to buy like books that I just know that I'm not going to get to like immediately, but I just thought I would buy one from that wee shop just because I was there. So that was really nice, and now I'm back, so I am going to end this vlog here so that I can start like another weekly reading vlog or whatever, and I feel like this has been long enough. I know it's like been a lot of just like me like talking and giving updates, and like not even that much of a reading vlog because I haven't actually read much. It's just like me giving like little like reading updates like and everything. But anyway, I will end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, then please give it a like and subscribe, as it really supports my channel, and thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.